there is no defendant in the. I'm the defendant in the case. Am I the defendant in the case? There's no victim. There's no victim to my crime, correct?
You have drug charges: possession of methamphetamine, possession of paraphernalia, and driving while suspended are your 3 charges.
Yeah, but no victim, correct?
All right, folks. Today I've got a clip that really stands out. We're looking at one of the most confused sovereign citizens I've ever featured on this channel. This man clearly doesn't understand how the legal system works. He didn't even realize he was the defendant in his own case. It's honestly hard to believe someone could walk into court and not know they're the one being charged. What do you think? How lost does he seem on a scale from 1 to 10? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll share my own rating at the end, and let's just say it's definitely higher than 10. Now, to be fair, I'm not sure if this man might be dealing with deeper issues, so I want to be careful and show some understanding. It's tough to watch, and in some ways I do feel for him. Let's take a look at what happened.
Good afternoon. Your name, sir?
David Walker.
Your Honor, it looks like he has 2 files.
I see that. All right, we'll next take up 2 cases, both entitled State of Kansas versus David Wayne Walker, 22 CR 398 and 22 CR 508. All right, we'll first take up 22 CR 508. This is my case. Mr. Walker, you failed to appear in front of me on July 17th for your preliminary hearing control docket. Where were you that day?
It's safe for sure, sir.
Okay, well, I issued a bench warrant bond forfeiture and set a new bond in the amount of $10,000 cash or surety. Are you still representing yourself?
Yes, sir.
You want to continue representing yourself?
Look at me. I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at the paper. Yes, sir. Don't have any money to.
Pardon?
Yes, I guess I'll represent myself.
Okay, you understand that if you can't afford to hire an attorney, one would be appointed for you.
I don't know what he would do for me.
Okay, well, he could provide you legal advice and perhaps advance any defenses you may have had, but if you want to represent yourself, you have that right. I just want to make sure you understand that if you can't afford an attorney and would like to have one represented you, I would appoint one for you. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And you wish to continue representing yourself?
Yes, sir.
The docket notes don't reflect if a waiver of counsel was ever signed. Do you have any notes that would reflect that he's waived counsel on the record or otherwise, Ms. Norris?
Your Honor, I just note that on December 30th of 2022, defendant stated that he would hire his own counsel, and then he had a failure to appear, and on May 5th, we did not appoint any counsel. I don't show an actual waiver. And the notes don't reflect that he did a waiver on the record. It just says that he would hire his own attorney.
Okay, well, Mr. Walker, you've indicated here on the record that you wish to waive your right to an attorney and represent yourself. So I'm going to have you, if the jail has one, sign a waiver of counsel. Do you have a form?
I believe so.
All right, can you read through that? Make sure you understand it. If you have any questions, be sure to ask me.
There is no defendant in the. I'm the defendant in the case. Am I the defendant in the case?
Now, do you see why I was genuinely concerned about this man's understanding of what's going on? I would never make fun of someone who's struggling or has a disability, but at this point, it's clear something just isn't clicking for him. He was offered a free attorney and turned it down. Then, as he's about to sign a form saying he understands the risks of representing himself, his first question to the judge is, "Am I the defendant?" Seriously, how does that even happen? If you've made it all the way to court, especially while in custody, that should be the one thing you know for sure. I honestly can't tell if this is part of a sovereign citizen routine or if he's just completely lost. Either way, it's one of the most confusing courtroom moments I've seen. Let me know in the comments what you think. Is this guy following a script, or is he really that unaware? Let's jump back into the video.
There's no victim. There's no victim to my crime, correct? The crime that I'm accused of, there is no victim in the crime.
The state of Kansas, you have drug charges, possession of methamphetamine, possession of paraphernalia, and driving while suspended are your 3 charges.
Yeah, but no victim, correct? No victim in the crime? No victim?
I'm not sure I understand your question and what that has to do with your waiver of counsel.
Well, I'm the defendant. There must be someone making a claim
The state of Kansas is making the charges against you, Mr. Walker.
the state of Kansas is the victim.
The state of Kansas charged you with these crimes. Do you wish to represent yourself, or do you wish to have an attorney representing you?
I will represent myself.
You've got a waiver of counsel in front of you, correct?
Yes, I suppose so. Why do I need to sign? Why do I need to sign it? Why do I need to sign this?
Because I like to have it documented in the file that you understand that you have a right to have an attorney representing you, and that if you can't afford to hire one, one would be appointed for you. And you understand that, and knowing those rights, you wish to represent yourself. That just documents that for the court file.
What I don't understand is why there is charges against me when there is no victim.
All right, Mr. Walker, I'm not going to play this game this afternoon. I'm going to set this case
Why are we playing a game?
in front of me on.
I'm asking a question.
The judge is really trying to give this guy a chance to ask his questions on the record, and there's some pretty unusual ones, like, "Am I incarcerated right now?" And "Are you the judge?" At this point, it's hard not to wonder if this man needs a serious wake-up call. I can't tell if he's genuinely confused or just pretending. It almost feels like he's putting on an act, maybe to build a case later on. For those who aren't familiar, there's a legal tactic called ineffective assistance of counsel. Defendants sometimes use it to argue they didn't understand their rights or the charges, hoping to get a verdict overturned. Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if that's what he's aiming for here. What do you think? Do you believe he's acting this way on purpose? Or is he truly this out of touch? It's tough to say. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and let's jump back in.
October.
Trying to understand.
Mr. Walker, your case is being set on October 10th at 2:30 in front of myself, and that will be done by Zoom. That's the felony preliminary hearing control docket, October 10th at 2:30.
Your Honor.
You got a $10,000 cash or surety bond on that case.
Yeah. I was wondering if I wouldn't be able to have access to certain legal things to be able to put my case up.
I believe they've got a law library there at the jail. I'm not sure what kind of access they provide to you, but you can consult with somebody there at the jail.
Okay.
All right, I'm now going to take up 22 CR 398. This is Judge Webster's case. Looks like you failed to appear in front of her on July 31st. She set a new bond for $6,000 cash or surety. You've already had a first appearance, so I'm going to set this in front of Judge Webster on October 30th at 9 o'clock in the morning. That will be by Zoom, October 30th at 9 o'clock in the morning. So again, your bond is 6,000 cash or surety. Anything else on this case, Ms. Norris?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Your Honor, was the time for court on October 10th for 22 CR 508, was that 2:30?
That's correct.
Just clarifying. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, we'll be in recess. Mr. Walker, you are excused. Thank you.
Well, it looks like this guy won't be getting out anytime soon. And the sad part, he had the chance to get a court-appointed attorney, but he turned it down. I know sovereign citizens often get caught up in their own beliefs and conspiracy theories, but I still don't understand why they don't at least accept some kind of legal support, like standby counsel. Whether they believe in the court's authority or not, the legal system is going to move forward with or without them. If they truly believe the court has no power, maybe they'd be better off just staying silent instead of following these strange scripts. Honestly, that would make more sense than what we usually see. It's like they get so wrapped up in these ideas, they can't even recognize basic help when it's offered. In this case, the man was given a chance to get legal guidance and flat out refused it, as if it was some sort of trap. Now, he's stuck in a situation where he doesn't even understand the basics of his own case. I do feel a bit of sympathy for him. He might be struggling mentally, and that's tough. But even then, it doesn't explain how far down the wrong path he's gone by following these sovereign citizen ideas. They always seem to think they're above the law, but the truth is, the law isn't swayed by personal beliefs. The system will continue no matter how much they argue. It's kind of sad to watch, really. Entertaining? Sure, but also frustrating. Just imagine if he'd used a little common sense. He could have had someone by his side to help guide him. Instead, he's sitting there asking if he's the defendant. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this court hearing. It was definitely one of the more bizarre ones we've seen. Do you think this guy's pretending not to know what's happening, or is he really this confused? Either way, it was a complete mess for him. Thanks for watching, and if you want to see more content like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.